Hello, friends. Towards the end of the 13th century, Würzburg becomes the most important Jewish learning center and yeshiva center of Germany. We know that in the beginning of the first decades of the 1200s, we had the Rokeach in Worms, you had the Simcha of Speyer, you had great many in the mines. We had big yeshivas, but we don't find afterwards that these centers and mines and Worms and Speyer should be significant. The next significant time we find is towards the middle of the 1200s. Is that a group of rabbis come here to study in Würzburg. I was reading from someone, Simcha Manuel, a historian. He counts 13 main German rabbis living at this time, and he says more than around half of them at some point had learned or studied here in Würzburg. For example, you know that if you're following some of our videos, we were talking about the Yitzchak from the Oizerua. But the Oizerua was in Würzburg at least twice. He was here as a young man, at a young age, when he learned by the Rav Yu, because the Rav Yu, although he was the rabbi of Köln, he at a certain point he had his yeshiva here, and the Oizerua, Rabbi Yitzchak Mavina, had learned by him. Later on, when he was a bit older, he actually taught the Maram Rothenburg, also here in Würzburg. Also the Motche ben Hillel, who would later become rabbi in Nuremberg. He also was also studied under Rabbi Yitzchak Mavin here in Würzburg. Another one of the big Gedolim, we don't know much about him, but we know that he was a big Rosh Yeshiva. His name was Yohanes ben Yitzchak. He died before 1235. He was also a teacher one of the teachers of the Maram Rothenburg. He had learned by himself by the Ri Halavan and Rabbeinu Tam, who was the Talmud of Rabbeinu Tam, and also by Rebbeinu from Regensburg. This Yohanes ben Yitzchak was one of the famous, most important rabbis here in Würzburg. Now, we learn from those mitzvahs that we had found. We showed before that was in the church, and we'll see soon in the museum. That the one of the headstones would be from the widow of the Rabbi Yohanes. Her name was Chana, and it's written on the Matzevim, Maras Chana Yimenu Almonas Yohanes and Rabbeinu. So we know that Yohanes ben Yitzchak was a very famous rabbi here that worked in Würzburg.